Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Great Inspirations. Thank you for joining me for another edition of my Stamp Happy Holidays series. As you can see, today we're going to talk about tags. And in particular, we're going to talk about using the Handmade Wishes bundle, which includes the Handmade Wishes stamp set and the, I forget the name of the punch. The Handmade Tag Punch. And this punch, of course, coordinates with a couple of these stamps, and all of these greetings and the other images will fit inside these the tag when you punch it out. So this is found in the Stampin' Up! July through December 2022 mini catalog, and you can buy the stamp set separately or the punch separately, or you can buy them as a bundle for a savings of 10%. But today I thought we would just look at a few of the tags that I have made. And as you can see, this one, Merry Christmas, and on the back I've done my to and from. Basically I stamped the outline for the punched image, stamped a little gingerbread man in there, and the Merry is from the Handmade Wishes right there. But the Christmas is actually from the Peaceful Deer stamp set. So there's that one. And this is another one that's almost exactly like it, although I did use the tree image, the Merry, and the Christmas. Just real simple tag on the back, just a circular die cut, or if you have a circle punch you can do that for the to and from. A little bit of baker's twine for a to have something to attach the tag with. And this one is basically the same as these two in that I just punched the image. And then I made a snowman from Snowman Magic. I just stamped him, die cut the pieces, and put him on here, and he is on there with dimensionals. And then on the back, the to and the from. And then this one I made with the deer from Peaceful Deer. And if you'll remember, this was a stamp set that came out in last year's July through December catalog. And it does have a punch with it, so it was really easy to just stamp this image and punch it. And then what I did, because you will see some of the deer image when you flip this over, I just punched out a red image of the deer. I didn't stamp it, just punched it out and adhered it to the back of this deer, just to kind of give it a better look than just having the white. And then of course the to and the from with the pretty little stamped image. So these four I made basically with what was in this stamp set, with some help from a few other sets I had. These I did use the stamp set, but I used some other punches and dies. All of these circular cutouts were die cut with the Stylish Shapes dies. I used the circles. I like circles. You could also use squares or whatever other shapes you have. And the backings of these two, these are from punches that are retired. They were tag topper punches. One was the this was the scallop tag topper, and this one was the delightful tag topper punch. But part of the reason I did that is to show you how use what you have and maybe get one little thing new, and you can build on your stash and have all different kinds of ways to put different things together. Now, as a demonstrator, I usually try to just demonstrate items that you can purchase. But today I just wanted to focus on, maybe just by buying this bundle with, the stamp set and the punch, that you can also use it with things that you have to make a more bigger variety of tags. So for this one, as you can see, I've used, again, the little gingerbread man. It's right here. And then I use these little holly berries to just put a bit of a design to pick up this nice polished pink that's in the background. So there's that tag, and of course, as you saw on the back, and all I did, I just cut my paper the size I wanted it, punched at the top for the designer series paper, and then for the white cardstock, did the same thing, and I just adhered the two pieces together. It makes a nice sturdy tag. And this is the same for this. I used the, well, I didn't use that, I used this Joy. This is the outline and this is the filled. I used that one, and I used, oh yes, the snowflakes down here. For this, some designer series paper, the polished pink. I did it the exact same way I did this one. Added a little ribbon at the top. And this one is just 2 circle die cuts. And this Merry Christmas again is from the Peaceful Deer, but the leaves and the berries came from this stamp set. And then of course all the baker's twine and ribbon. Whatever you have will work just fine. And I find that I can never have too many tags, and I also like to give tags as gifts, especially to my family on Thanksgiving when we get together. I can have a little box of tags to give them, so when it's time to do their Christmas gift giving, they have some tags. And I want to talk a little bit about things I did to put these together and options that you have. Now, first of all, when you punch out the shape from this punch, it's kind of hard, there you go. When you punch out the shape, you will get this. And each time that I made the tag, I oriented it this way. But there's nothing that says you can't turn it this way to make a cute tag. But I will say that what I found out while I was stamping these and then punching them, it's best to cut a piece of cardstock. I think this is 3 by 11. You could probably cut it at 2.5 by 11. Stamp your images, and then you can just, punch them out in a line, just like that. That's what I found worked best for me with this particular punch. And so the next thing I was going to talk about is getting the baker's twine or ribbon, whichever you choose, how to get that on your tag. And I always make my tags two-sided, and I usually end up using 2 pieces of cardstock, whether they're both basic white or a color with basic white. That's just what I do. So what I have here, I'll show you a couple different ways to attach some twine. I have, it says to and from, and then I have stamped this image and this image right here. And I punched them out, and then for this one I added just this teeny tiny little pearl in the center, and that is one of those festive pearls that is in the January through December mini catalog. And the first, probably the first way I ever put twine in tags, the first thing I did was I adhered them together. Get this mat, a little bit of Stampin' Seal, and then just kind of line these up. Make sure I've got the to and from correct. going the right way. And then I would punch a hole. Now, if you have one of these, that works. If you have a crocodile, that works. If you have a little teeny tiny round die or a little teeny tiny punch of some other sort, that will work. I'm going to use the crocodile. Just going to punch a hole right through there. And then I've got about 7 inches of twine. Now, for me, 7 inches is about the right length for most of my tags. You can use that length or come up with the length that you like best. Fold it in half, thread it through the hole from the front, and then make a loop. And that was one way that I can attach tags. And if you care to, or twine to tags, and if you care to, you can tie the top of this. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just depends. So there's that way. And another way we can do it, as you can see, I have another tag here. We've got the to and from. I'm going to turn my to and from over. And this is the Stampin' Seal Plus. You can use whatever adhesive you like. And I'm just going to put some right down the center. Got a little bit that kind of went over the edge, but you just kind of roll it back. I'm going to take my twine, get it nice and even. Just lay it down like that. Bring the next edge, or the next end, right up to it. Right like that. Have our loop. We're just going to put some more adhesive on here. And we're going to just match up the front of our tag to the back. And there you go. Your twine or ribbon, whichever you prefer to use, is attached. That's just how quick and easy that is. And these tags, I must say, they go pretty fast using this nice punch and the coordinating stamp set. Thought they were kind of cute. And you can make them as simple or as fancy as you care to. And like I said, you can also get other punches or dies that you have to make some tags. Now, before too long, I'll be doing another video on tags, and we'll be using these tailor-made tags. These were introduced last year, and I used them. And I'm going to use them again this year. Like I said, these are specifically for tags, and we'll talk about those later. But I will also, when I do that, I'll show you some other ways to get the same look as these, but without the dies. But for now, we're talking about the Handmade Wishes bundle, which includes, again, this stamp set and this punch. And that's how I made these cute little tags. Now, all the information as far as what supplies I used and any kind of cutting dimensions will be on my coordinating blog post, and you will find a link to that in the description of this video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, stamp happy!